another exciting episode of Codename New to Vero 2. I'm your presenter, Shabu RU, and we're picking up with the Cobra's Venom storyline. And basically, just to recap real quick, Dr. Venom has returned. He has, put his essence into Dr. Mindbender and is now inhabiting Dr. Mindbender's body. All in the meantime, he knows that, the human form is so, inferior to such an intellect like himself. I mean, he is just, he's better than Stephen Hawking. He is just so great. You really want to see this guy get his ass kicked, basically. There's no difference in the Marvel run and now. It's so easy to hate this guy. I mean, that's probably the genius in Larry Hama's writing, is that you easily hate this guy. So a group of Joes has snuck into Springfield, and they have no idea what's going on. They just know something is happening, and they discover that Dr. Venom is back from the dead. So anyway, Dr. Venom has, downloaded his essence or spirit, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, into this robot. Not just a robot, but like this, I don't know, it's part the brainwave scanner, and it's like a transformer. I don't know what the hell to, describe it as. I mean, this issue is more sci-fi than military related. Some people like that. Some people don't. So it's basically whatever your cup of tea. And what the bottom line is GIJoe, and we're going to cover it. I don't know how I feel about this storyline. I mean, I like, the blood, the guts, the military covert operations. That's what I love about GIJoe. I mean, that's what I think is the blessing and the curse of GIJoe at the same time. You have such a wide array of, a palette, that at the end it's like, you could pick and choose. It's a double-edged sword. Like I said, some people like the military, some people like the sci-fi stuff. I don't know. The thing is that you have to kind of like approach this like, you're just going on a journey. And I like the whole storyline. Well, before we started getting into the Cobra's Venom with the Dawn of the Rashikage, I thought that was wonderful. And like I said, there is simultaneously another book going out, and that's the Silent Option storyline. That is awesome. So please stay tuned. We're going to cover, part 2 of that in the near future. But without further ado, let's go into issue 257 in Cobra's Venom Part 2. As with every recap, I like to showcase the cover variants. Here we have cover A, which is composed by Ron Joseph, who's the artist for this series, and also community favorite Brian Sherrar mans the ink. But my favorite is the RI cover by Jamie Sullivan, who has illustrated Conquest on the verge of overtaking the Terradrome. Wow, more of this, please. So the human form of Dr. Venom has morphed into an insane robot. Now bear with me, folks. The upload process has escalated those wonderful characteristic traits we all hate about Dr. Venom. We find the Joe Squad made up of Bombstrike, Ambush, Sightline, and this kid named Milo trying to escape the clutches of the crazy killer robot. The recently freed Dr. Mindbender Joe's continued keeping Robot Venom at bay, while Milo works on hacking into the server to open the blast doors. Meanwhile, upstairs, Cobra Commander and the Baroness go over arms matters when they notice that the blast doors to the lab are uncharacteristically open. This is against SOP. Apparently, there's a small side story going on of Cobra Commander being at odds with Destro Mars yet again, and utilizing a rival arms dealer. CC orders surveillance brought up, and they witness in disbelief the insanity going on below. The Baroness is quick to summarize everything that transpired in one entire issue in one bubble. She is so hot and amazing, folks. Back down below, Robot Venom has the Joes pinned down. For being this superior robot, it seems like it's taken a little time to kill off 3 soldiers, a boy, and a mindbender. I wonder where the Bat is. All of a sudden, Bombstrike becomes one with the Force and ignites her lightsaber. I mean laser sword. Remember, this is better than Star Wars story. Anything that Ryan Johnson stabs Robot Venom, causing a massive explosion, knocking both herself and Robot Venom temporarily out. Apparently, this has made Robot Venom go from bad to worse. CC orders a collection of frag, heat, and techno vipers to mount an assault as Robot Venom comes back online. Ambush and Sightline realize they aren't getting anywhere with bullets and decide to incorporate a gnarly flamethrower to crank up the heat on Robot Venom. But just when they see some results, Venom's fire suppressant turns on. Robot Venom switches back on yet again and now has his sights on Cobra Commander. The Joes use this opportunity to regroup while the Commander continues barking orders. The Bat reemerges. He states his 2 primary programs. One is to protect Cobra infrastructure and the other is to obey Dr. Venom. However, Robot Venom is no longer Dr. Venom. Just then, a cluster of grenades run down from the Vipers above. The Joes scramble for cover just in time before a massive explosion rocks the lab. They made it to a stairway only to be confronted by the Super Bat. Man, this thing just doesn't die. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Not knowing of his intentions, the Joes keep their guards up. Meanwhile, upstairs, Cobra Commander orders another strike from the Vipers. Robot Venom is waiting for them and quickly wastes them. Venom opens up and just mows them down. The Baroness saves Cobra Commander in the nick of time as Robot Venom advances after Cobra Commander. In the standoff below, Dr. Mindbender of all people is the voice of reason, highlighting that they now have a common enemy and a common objective. The Bat accepts this as logical and joins the Joes. The skirmish now spills into the streets of Springfield as Cobra Commander and the Baroness run to escape the advancing Robot Venom. In the first part of the issue, we saw how the robot had a little bit of Storm Shadow's prowess, so he begins wrapping himself in this white cloth to look like Storm Shadow as part of their agreement. We see the big hole in the side of the building where Robot Venom has gotten out, and then we see him with Cobra Commander in his clutches. Will this Cockamania Alliance save Cobra Commander and Springfield? Will they be able to destroy the robot Dr. Venom? We'll find out next week in the Cobra's Venom Part 3. Thanks for listening.